Red Sills National Football Show. Okay. As advertised, I ran up and got it for you guys. Since people say I don't have enough Eagle memorabilia behind me, Prince, do you think this will do? I was a pallbearer. Is that good enough Eagle memorabilia for you? And as it said on here, I was a pallbearer for him. Whew. So when you guys say the Eagles don't matter to me, that's like saying Jerome Brown doesn't matter to me. If Jerome was still around, he would punch you in the face for the amount of shots you take at his birds. Probably. There'd be a wrestling match. Like there were many, LJ. Hey. Okay. Probably so. We had many drunkard wrestling matches, he and I. Yeah. Probably. Leave it to LJ. Yes. LJ, do you know how I lost and I had to go fight the Klan? Do you know how I had to fight the Klan? He beat me in a wrestling match. He said I can do it. And I had always beaten him. And he got a reversal on me. And he was with the Eagles and I was with the Bucks. And he got a reversal on me. And he beat me 3-2. And I'm like, no, Dad, no. You were out of bounds. You're right. He goes, and everyone and all his guys. So I had to go up to Brooksville and fight the Klan with him. God, me and him, man. We got in, how about this? We didn't get in so much trouble. We got in too much trouble. We got in too much trouble. God. Dude, he's one of my best friends. Remember when he used to go, you guys get in so much, and Jimmy goes, no, they get in too much trouble. Dan, he was your best friend? He's one of them. I had a couple guys back home in Connecticut that I would consider my better friends. But hey, Denny, here's Jerome, and my aunt knows the story, Alonzo and them. So they showed up in New York. Jerome was being honored for some team or some shit. Now, I couldn't make it, so I was late. I was home. He knocks on the door at 10:30. They got done with their event. Hey, Sills. And there's Alonzo Highsmith and Melvin Bratton, Michael Irvin. They all come walking in the house. Now, you got to remember something. Where I live in Connecticut, down in the coast, it's all Italian. Everyone's like, what's this going on here? What do we got going on here? What's this? So they get in the house. My grandfather, these guys sat around drinking all my grandfather's beer until 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, eating meatballs. Guy leaves. My grandfather goes, I love this guy. My grandfather was brokenhearted when Jerome died. He's brokenhearted because of what a great guy he was, man. He's like, these guys are fantastic. What? You thought they weren't going to be cool because they're black? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, what else would they want? Because they're Canes? It's one or the other. And he goes, these guys love you. And I go, yeah, well, and I still to this day, very close with every one of those guys, all my teammates. I loved every one of them. The greatest education I ever got was going to the University of Miami and understanding what other people were all about. And you know what, LJ, you're right. We wrestled, we fought, and we loved, and we won. That's what made us great. Okay? Okay? That's what made us great. That's what makes every team great. Steve, oh my God, thank you. That was deep, Sills. Flashbacks of your own mortality when you lose someone close. It really makes you take a step back to realize tomorrow is promised to nobody. Steve, when I can't tell you how hard I cried the day he died. And my wife was in tears. She was my girlfriend then. When we were she's holding one of these cards. And guess who's on this side? Cortez Kennedy, who is now passed on, and Russell Maryland. And both those men were in tears. And my wife, my girlfriend then, couldn't control herself. And they're putting their arms around her. These all-pro NFL guys. Reggie's in front, turns around and kisses her and hugs her. Okay? I mean, the whole Eagle team hugging my wife. Chris Carter, I think, wasn't on the team because I think Buddy threw him off because of drugs. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Terrible, man. And I would put it out there that, yeah, man, I mean, I think about the guy a lot, especially around his birthday. And can I tell you this? It's one of the reasons that I enjoy talking to you guys, because he played for you guys. That makes sense? That's where it comes from. Here, when I say this and show you this, this is why I say I love the Eagle fans. And I speak the truth. Seals, if you had one last moment with Jerome, what would you say to him? I love you. I love you. Nothing really else to say. You can't say slow down, because he's never going to slow down. You can't change him, and I would never try. So you just tell him you love him, because you can't change people like that. And I won't lie to you. After his death, my life changed a lot, and I slowed down because I was a crazy human being too. Many of you know, some of you know, threw a guy out a window at Maryland. My aunt and my grandmother crying to Bobby Ross. I was a nut. A crazy ass nut. Okay? Mean as hell. And I'm different now. And my daughter probably made me different. And the death of Jerome made me different. Okay? Hey, but get this though, Greasy. Always know this. I've been a shit talker a long time. Wish you were still mean. You saw, really, man. Jerome would be like this. Enough. Jerome was one of Jerome. If I could make a comparison to you guys, Jerome was Charles Barkley. Jerome was Charles Barkley of the NFL. That's who his personality was like. Big old soft teddy bear, kick your ass in a minute and pick you up the next minute and dust your ass off. He's just a spectacular human. And I loved him. And by the way, he didn't really like Reggie's religion that much and how he combined the politics. Because, when you watch that Minister of Defense, Jerome didn't really think he should be pushing that stuff on people. He thought Jerome was very religious. By the way, have you guys ever been to a Baptist? I'd never been to a black funeral. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Black, Baptist, whatever. I had never been to a funeral in my life where I enjoyed myself in a celebration of life more than I did at my friend's funeral where everyone was singing crazy great. Reggie and the Seth and the Canes and the Eagles and NFL, everyone was singing. I had never been so inspired. I'd never been so inspired. My wife come out of there going, that was a funeral? I thought it was more like it was like a convention. It was like a religious convention. It was so great. All right. Barkley's a clown. Jerome could be one. Do you have Jerome's Eagles or Canes jersey? I have Jerome's Fiesta Bowl jersey. And he has mine. Or his son does now. And they have mine. We exchange jerseys in Tempe. Hey, Anthony, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I'd never seen it like that. It was really awesome if I could use that. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I will put that up. As a matter of fact, I promise you, I'll put that up. Because you know what? I want you guys to think good things about him. Heartfelt, Dan. Thank you. You're a good shit. Spoken only like a person in Philly could say. Right there. That right there, my friends. Heartfelt, Dan. Thank you. You're a good shit. Hey, I like that. I like that. I don't know why, but I like that. Sills, I met JB in 90 at the Eagles Fly for Leukemia event at the vet. He didn't want to be there, but he was great. He seemed bigger than life. You know what I had? I had one of my friends take a picture because today, 20 years ago, you guys dropped the vet. Did you see it on my Twitter page at Dan Sileo Show? One of my friends took a picture of the vet when you guys dropped it 20 years ago. Here it is. Look at this. So here's a picture my friend took right after it fell. I got it on my Twitter page at Dan Sileo Show. 20 years ago today, they dropped the vet. My friend was right across the street when they took it. Okay. Excuse me. Death Row says, as black people, we do things different. Hey, wait a minute here. Death Row. I think, as far as I'm concerned, Death Row, you and me are paisans. Because I think Italians do everything different too. As a matter of fact, I think we're very related. All right, man. This is your office, JAKIB chat. I know you. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Let's get back into this though. But I wanted to show you guys this because I thought it was important here. Let's get into a topic here. All right. We're talking about Kellen Moore, and I appreciate you guys. I know we're getting a little issues here with the connection. I don't know what it's been this week too, but then again, hey, Gavin Newsom, help me out a little bit here, will you please? Jiddos. Manoch. Eagle coaching staff. Give this a grade. Sirianni, Kellen Moore, Vic Fangio. Is it better than Sirianni, Steichen, and Gannon? Is it better? Both those guys are head football coaches. Whatever you think of Jonathan Gannon, he's the head football coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Do you think the current coaching staff that you have put together now, and there's Chris, better now, with a guy who's been fired twice in 2 jobs? Okay, I don't either. Barb's probably more right. It remains to be seen